Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have another movie to review today. It's End of Days, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger as Jericho Cane, a former police officer. And it also stars Gabriel Byrne as the devil, Satan himself. Robin Tunney stars as Christine York. And it's basically, by the way, it's a horror film. And it's about this girl that is chosen to bear the Antichrist by Satan. So Satan wants this woman to have his child. That is really weird and disgusting. But that's what the movie's about. It opens up with this creepy ass music, you know. And they're like singing in Latin, like, you know, whatever that means, I don't know. But it's creepy as hell. And it's like showing all these religious artifacts and whatnot. And then we see young Christine, baby Christine, and it's 1979. Her mom's giving birth to her, and one of the nurses or whatever she's supposed to be comes down there and takes the baby to clean her up. But really, she takes the baby to be blessed by a dark priest, and she puts Satan's blood inside of the baby, which really makes no sense because I don't think angels have blood, and Satan's an angel, so I don't quite understand that. This movie was released on November 24th, 1999, and they say that the film received mainly negative reviews. People hated this movie. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I just never bought it. And I guess the reason for that is I don't feel comfortable having a movie about the devil. And then some of you will say, well, what about Halloween and stuff like that? Well, Halloween was, you know, that's more like a human form, you know, of Satan, if you want to call it that. But anyway, getting back to the review. So, Christine's mom has the baby and everything like that, and the nurse performs some weird satanic ritual on the baby, and then the baby grows up to have these hallucinations of people turning into porcelain and shattering and things like that, and she keeps dreaming about Satan wanting to have sex with her because he's supposed to return in 1999. So that means he's going to return 20 years later. So now it's 1999, and the Vatican is looking for her because they want to kill her. And they say that's the only way to save her life. Which is really weird because the 6th commandment says thou shalt not kill. And yet they want to kill the girl. But they claim they serve God. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, long story short, there's this one priest that's trying to shoot Satan's human body. Arnold Schwarzenegger thinks Satan is human, so he's trying to protect him. So anyway, the priest that's trying to kill the human part of Satan ends up in the hospital, and then Satan comes in there and nails him to the ceiling in the form of Jesus, like crucifying him. And then this one cop tries to stop Satan from coming in there, but then Satan's like, yeah, you used to seduce young boys. Remember who it is that you serve. So I'm guessing this cop was molesting boys or something like that. I don't know. This is like really getting weird. But anyway, I like the movie because I don't know. I guess this is the first time where I've actually seen the devil literally chase somebody, and I like the fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger spends the whole movie running from the devil with this girl Christine York. So apparently they have to have sex before 12 o'clock on January 1st, 2000, in order for his child to be born, the devil's child to be born. And the devil's got the whole town against this girl. He's even got his own temple in the movie theater. It's like a makeshift temple in the movie theater basement. And they're all down there to worship him. Eventually they do get the girl. He kidnaps her and he's like, "Oh, don't be afraid of me. I'm not gonna hurt you. I just want to love you." I don't understand why you would want her to not be afraid. I mean, call me crazy, but she doesn't want to have sex with the devil. I mean, some people are weird that way. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But anyway, Arnold Schwarzenegger has this one friend, or should I say Jericho, because that's his name in this movie, Jericho. Jericho has this one friend named Bobby, and he's played by Kevin Pollak. And we find out that Jericho's family was murdered by a group of people that he was supposed to testify against. And that's why Jericho's mad at God. That's why he doesn't believe in God. And then Satan's like, if you just give yourself over to me, I can give you back the family that he took away. And Jericho's like, no. And then Satan's all like, well, I guess you need to be reminded of how painful reality can be. And then Satan shows him a vision of his family being killed all over again. And that's really fucked up. I'm like, really? How cruel can you be, bro? You're gonna really make him live that moment all over again? That's not very nice. But anyway, he's the devil. What does he care about nice? He makes him live it all over again. And he sees his wife being killed again. And, well, that's when Jericho, aka Arnold Schwarzenegger, is all like, you think you're a bad guy? You're a choir boy compared to me. A choir boy. Because the devil's all like, you don't want to see me upset. And yeah, so anyway, they fight and the devil throws Arnold Schwarzenegger out of a window. Then he's all like, look down and tell me you don't want to die. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger takes the devil's hand, and the devil's all like, just give me your hand and I'll give you back everything that God took away. Then Arnold Schwarzenegger's all like, fuck you, and he throws the devil out the window. And yeah, then that's when that big battle commences, and the devil gets his people to beat up Arnold Schwarzenegger and nail him to the cross. And so anyway, once he's nailed to the cross, the priest rescues Arnold Schwarzenegger, takes him off the cross, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's all like, I gotta save the girl. And then he goes and finds the girl by killing Satan's people. And because Satan's got that makeshift temple that I told you about down in the basement of an abandoned movie theater. And so Bobby makes a deal with the devil. Jericho's friend makes a deal with the devil that the devil will spare his life if he gives up Jericho. But then Bobby relents because he's feeling remorse. And then the devil lights him back on fire, because originally he was on fire, but the devil took him off. And this movie's just really something. So anyway, Arnold Schwarzenegger basically blows the devil's body to shit, and then the devil's all like, Jericho, how can you hope to defeat me when you are but a man and I am forever? And he turns into his demon self, and then he goes into the church. Arnold Schwarzenegger goes into the church, starts praying and asking God to give him strength. And so anyway, he drops his guns and he decides, you know what, I don't need these guns anymore. I'm going to rely on God. And then the devil comes in there and he takes over the body of Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger, a.k.a. Satan, a.k.a. Jericho, proceeds to try to rape Christine. But then he fights it and he's like, no, I'm not going to rape you. I'm going to save you. And then he jumps on the sword of one of the statues of the angels, and before Jericho dies, he sees his daughter and wife in a vision. I guess they're waiting for him in heaven. Yeah, so that's basically the end of the movie. End of Days, November 24th, 1999. It was written by Andrew Marlowe, and it was directed by Peter Hyams, the same guy that directed Time Cop. At the beginning of the movie, Jericho wants to shoot himself because, you know, he lost his wife and child. That never happened, so he did get to save the girl, and Jericho kills himself. I'm assuming he goes to heaven, and Satan goes back to hell. They didn't have one black angel in the church. That was so offensive. But, you know, such is life. Why not, right? Oh well. Anyway, that's the end of the movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger's dead, but the girl is safe. End of Days, November 24th, 1999. It was written by Andrew Marlowe, and it was directed by Peter Hyams, the same guy that directed Time Cop. It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger as Jericho Cane, Gabriel Byrne as the Devil, Kevin Pollak as Chicago, Robin Tunney as Christine York. It was a very good movie. The music was done by John Debney. He did a great job on the soundtrack. Ladies and gentlemen, End of Days, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Gabriel Byrne, and Robin Tunney. People didn't like this movie. I don't understand why, but, you know, whatever. They have a right to their own opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, End of Days, 1999, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm the Michael Myers fanatic. I approve this message. Thank you for listening to my review of End of Days.